The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I built the largest map art ever done in vanilla hard mode survival, almost exclusively by myself, to honor one of my favorite games and its creator. This is my documentary of the build. This here is a map. A map is usually used to show a visual representation of a certain area in your Minecraft world. For instance, this little white shed here is in the top center of this map and appears as a couple pixels. I'll demonstrate that you can have other colors show up by placing red blocks and black blocks. Both of those appear above the white shed on the map, so further to the top. Demonstrate just how small a single block is on a map. And this is a normal size map, by the way, 128 by 128 blocks. I'm gonna place this to the left of that, refresh the map. You'll see a tiny little red pixel. There's also a little dirt pixel to the left of it. But yeah, it's very small. One singular block. So maps usually look something like this. You got your setup, what it looks like from the aerial view. Like above here, there's this stone building. Pure stone colored. But maps can also be used to create various forms of art. This one right here is just a purely white colored map. It is 128 blocks by 128 blocks, or 256 stacks of blocks of just white blocks in a map. What I built was not as simple as just one color, and it was also not one map. It used several colors, and it used 20 maps. That's 327,680 blocks. Plus there's an outline of another about 1,300. So in total, all of that is about 190 and a half chests of blocks. And as you can tell from this right here, the red and black both show up, despite them being different block types. This one is red concrete. This one is black stained glass. In survival mode, glass is a lot easier to obtain than concrete. Concrete takes 4 blocks of sand, 4 blocks of gravel, and a dye. Plus, it's a powdery form that has a gravity effect on it until you put water on it. Glass, you just need 8 sand that you smelt in the furnace, and then 1 dye. Creates 8 glass of a certain color. I mined a lot of glass, as I will show you over here. The remnants of this desert that once existed has now become the new biome, the sandstone desert. There is no sand. It's all gone. I mined all of it. Shulker box by shulker box. All of this is required for the build. There's more. And more, and more. I almost ran out of desert, but I did have a little bit of sand extra. That was not required for the project. Right here. I mined it in rows of about 5 wide. Across the entire desert. Also, I left the water parts untouched because that'd just been very annoying to have to mine with that. Anyways, I got all the sand. I have to smelt it to turn it into glass. And this is where the simple auto smelter design that I got from YouTube is what I used. I used a dual smelter. So there's there are two different smelters. Each of them has 10 furnaces. It uses hoppers in a minecart chest system. I put sand in the top. And then I put lava buckets that I got from the nether in the back. You flip the switch, they just evenly distribute the stuff down. I have 2 of these. So 20 furnaces. A thing smelts in 10 seconds. So every second, I was getting two sand converted into a glass. So every 1 second that I was AFKing here, I got 2 glass. And that took a very long time. The other hard part of the project was getting the dyes. Remember how I said it was about 190 chests of blocks? There's also about 24 chests of dye. Most of the dyes I could just bone meal flowers, pick up the excess around it, and just do that over and over. But for black dye, which I needed about 30 to 50% of the project, was that I had to hunt in the ocean with my looting 3 sword. Since on Bedrock Edition, this is PlayStation 4 by the way, you cannot tell what biome you're in. If I was able to tell what biome I'm in, to make sure I'm in a river biome, I could have made a squid farm, but that's not allowed apparently. That's where the majority of the time went on making this project. Hunting squids. Many dolphins were harmed in the making of this project. So what is it exactly? So I said it's about one of my favorite games. I'm just trying to honor it and its creator. Referencing the game Undertale. I played it last spring. I really enjoyed it. Especially, I was deeply moved by the pacifist ending. That's the only one I've ever played, to be honest. And I decided I was going to make a world record build around it by myself. With a little bit of help from my friends. With the squid. I couldn't do the squid thing all by myself. I had to get a little bit of help. But yeah, the entire rest of this video is major spoilers for the game Undertale. I'm walking on major spoiler. There we go. This entire thing can't even load in at once because it's too big. There we go. I did the Azrael Dreamer fight. And the part of the video everyone's trying to see is going to be in about 1 minute from here, where I place down the maps into the holders. I just wanted to fly around all of it to get a scale for it. Also, pro tip, if you're building up here, build at a Y level 1 below build limit so that you can sleep. So you don't have to go back down over and over. Also, mobs don't spawn on glass. They spawn on this right there. And this is what it looks like from below. as it loads. The PlayStation default has a render distance of 8 chunks, by the way. Maybe if I had an obscene amount of chunks, I could load all of it at once from the center. And actually see it. I can kind of do that, but not really. Anyways, here's the fun part of the video. I'm going to be placing down all the maps, these 20 maps that are in my inventory. Go down to the place. Some effects, you can have weird ambient lighting without any stuff, with half slabs. And here we go. You can illuminate map art by having glowstone on it. And the entire outer row is black. Black maps. Furiously hits buttons on controller. There we go. It's beautiful. Yep, guys, this is what I did in quarantine. Quite absurd to do by yourself. However, a lot of things that people do are very weird. If you have something that you want to do, you don't know if it's worth it, just go for it. And this target block right here, I'm gonna put a screenshot in the description. I shot this with the bow and arrow to get the trophy at 2:47 my time on February 27th, 2021, the day this video is getting uploaded, to show that this was completely legitimate. Yep. Anyway, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.